సో 3/3 ఉంటే మీకు ఏమొస్తుంది 3 ఐగన్ వాల్యూస్ వస్తాయి. 3 ఐగన్ వాల్యూస్ కి 3 ఐగన్ వెక్టార్స్ వస్తాయి. కాబట్టి మనం ఏమని చెప్తామంటే 3 లీనియర్లీ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఐగన్ వెక్టార్స్ అని చెప్పేస్తాం. అదే కదా మనకు హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద పార్ట్ క్యాపిటల్ ఏ ఈజ్ డయాగ్నైజబుల్. ఇక్కడ చూడండి మనం ఏమని కన్సిడర్ చేసామంటే బిలో ఈక్వేషన్ నెంబర్ 2 అయ్యాక లెట్ capital A is diagonalizable and consider చేసాం. Okay, so we have let as capital A is diagonalizable. We got as capital A has n linearly independent vectors. Okay, so మనకు condition property prove అయిపోయింది కదా. సో ఇది half of the part of proof of this theorem. నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటంటే మనకు conversely. Why? Because in the statement of the theorem we have if and only if condition. So that's why we are proving in this format. You can also keep necessary condition and a sufficient condition also. Instead of that we can also use direct procedure, conversely process. So therefore here conversely, next conversely is nothing but second part of the theorem. Suppose capital A has n linearly independent eigen vectors, not values, amma those are here. Okay, so suppose capital A has small n linearly eigen vectors. Those eigen vectors are v1 v2 up to some v suffix n. Let lambda 1 lambda 2 up to some lambda suffix n be the corresponding eigen values. Whenever you take eigen vectors, corresponding eigen values also exist automatically. Now with the help of these eigen values and eigen vectors we have to prove that capital A is diagonalizable. Diagonalizable ante what we have to prove? Capital A is equal to P into D into P inverse. Ultimately we have to prove this condition. Okay, so let us proceed for that condition. Whenever you take v1 v2 v suffix n are eigen vectors and lambda 1 lambda 2 lambda suffix n are eigen values, then the definition of eigen vector we can write A into v1 is equal to lambda 1 v1, A into v suffix 2 is equal to lambda 2 v2 up to so on A into v suffix n is equal to lambda suffix n into v suffix n. According to the definition of the eigen vectors, Ax is equal to lambda x. In place of x here we have taken v1 v2 v suffix n. Let the columns of matrix capital P be the small n linearly independent eigenvectors of capital A. ఇంతకుముందు ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ పార్ట్ లోనేమో మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా తీసుకున్నాం క్యాపిటల్ పి కి స్మాల్ ఎన్ లీనియర్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఐగన్ వెక్టర్స్ ఉంటాయని చెప్పేసి. ఇప్పుడేమో వీఆర్ లెట్టింగ్ దట్ కండిషన్. ఓకే, సో దేర్ ఫోర్ లెట్ ద కాలమ్స్ ఆఫ్ క్యాపిటల్ పి. వీ డోంట్ నో ద form of the matrix capital P. We don't know how the matrix form. Okay, so therefore, so to do that process, so okay, we are letting that columns of capital P are eigenvectors of capital A only. So therefore, we are taking that condition capital P is equal to v1 v2 up to some v suffix n. And the diagonal entries of capital B, especially diagonal entries అని ఎందుకు మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నాం? ఇంకా రిమైనింగ్ ఎంట్రీస్ ఏమి ఉండవా క్యాపిటల్ డి లో అంటే రిమైనింగ్ ఎంట్రీస్ ఏమి ఉండవు, ఓన్లీ డయాగ్నల్ ఎంట్రీసే ఉంటాయి. రిమైనింగ్ ఎంట్రీస్ అన్ని జీరోస్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి డయాగ్నల్ ఎంట్రీస్ ఆఫ్ క్యాపిటల్ డి ఆర్ ఏం తీసుకుంటాం అంటే eigen values ఆఫ్ క్యాపిటల్ ఏ. సో దెన్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ క్యాపిటల్ డి. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో క్యాపిటల్ డి అమ్మా. Capital D. Okay, so therefore diagonal entries of capital D are so lambda 1 lambda 2 up to so lambda suffix n. Why? Because already we have capital A as a standard matrix. So yeah, this is the capital D. Then apply the process amma. A into P is equal to, you know very well, A and P value. So therefore multiply. So after that by using that the condition, okay, A into V1 we can write lambda 1 into V1 and A into V2 lambda 2 into V2, A into V suffix n is equal to lambda suffix n into V suffix n, since by equation number 5. So therefore from that condition this total value or the total matrix we can separate in the product format of a matrix and vector. Okay, so therefore V1 V2 up to some V suffix n into one diagonal matrix. So therefore A into P is equal to P into D. Since the eigenvectors, that is columns of capital P, are linearly independent, so therefore whenever the columns of capital P are linearly independent, they span those linearly independent vector, those are they spans given vector, they spans given vector. So therefore from the inversible matrix theorem, whenever linearly independent eigenvectors are there as a columns of a matrix capital P, then they spans capital R n and given matrix is inversible. So therefore P is inversible. Why? Because in that inversible matrix theorem we can say A is inversible whenever capital A has linearly independent eigenvectors. Similarly here capital P is inversible whenever capital P has linearly independent eigenvectors. So therefore P inverse exists. P inverse exists means we can write therefore A into P equal to P into D. Multiplying P inverse on both sides. Okay, so therefore that is right side multiplication, post multiplication. So therefore A into P inverse is equal to P into D into P inverse. So here in LHS P into P inverse is there, capital I. A into capital I is equal to RHS P into D into P inverse. So A into I is equal to again A is equal to P into D into P inverse. So therefore whenever you get this condition, then capital A is said to be capital A is diagonalizable if and only if it has small n linearly independent eigenvectors. So okay, so hence the remaining half part of this theorem. So here you can observe one thing, Amma. Whenever we are discussing about the diagonalizable matrix, so whenever we are discussing about diagonalizable matrix, students should remember that capital A they will give in the problem only with the some order 3 by 3, 2 by 2, 4 by 4, whatever it may be. Okay, for example 3 by 3. For this capital A, we have to generate capital P. That is our work. Okay, that capital P we can write from the eigenvectors. Okay, the first eigenvector, second eigenvector, third eigenvector. Why? Because small n linearly independent eigenvectors ante v1, v2, v3. Okay, so here columns of capital P are the eigenvectors of capital A. So after that capital D, first we can write capital D only. Why? Because first of all we can find the eigenvalues only. Those eigenvalues are the diagonal entries of the given matrix. Remaining entries should become 0. Okay, so therefore in this format we can make the capital P and capital D. So after getting capital P and capital D, we can apply the property to prove that capital A is diagonalizable. So directly apply the formula A is equal to P into D into P inverse. For that condition, you have to find out the P inverse also. P inverse also. But it is time taking process. Whenever you are going to find the P inverse, why? Because here P is a 3 by 3 matrix. It will take at least 20 minutes to find the inverse. Why? Because we need to find out the adjoint matrix of each and every element. Okay, so it will take some time. Instead of that, instead of finding P inverse, whenever you are going to find the problems based on the diagonalizable matrix, my suggestion is just to do that process or send that P inverse to LHS. Send that P inverse to LHS, then you will get P inverse. If you send that value, then you will get P inverse whole inverse into A is equal to P into D. So therefore P inverse whole inverse, again you will get P only. P into A is equal to P into D. It is very easy. Okay, instead of proving P, D, P inverse, you can also prove this condition. That is also diagonalizable condition only. Okay, why? Because where capital P we can get from the eigenvectors, capital D we can get from the diagonal values. There is no use to find the inverse. We can reduce our time to solve this problem. Okay, in the less time only we can solve the capital A is diagonalizable. So students are facing problem during solving the problems based on the diagonalizable matrix only. So okay, so you can use this formula. I already explained about this procedure in the next upcoming classes also. Okay, so make PPT lo clear explain chesam. But ikkada mana situation vachindi kabatti cheptuna, instead of doing this regular process A is equal to P D P inverse, you can find this value P into A equal to P into D are two values equal వచ్చాయి అనుకోండి, then automatically capital A is a diagonalizable matrix అని చెప్పేస్తాం. Okay, so in this format we can state and prove the diagonalizable theorem or diagonalization theorem. Okay, diagonal matrix is different, diagonalizable matrix is different, amma. Okay, so therefore this is the total explanation of diagonalization theorem, one of the important theorem. I hope you understood this theorem very well. In the next lecture we are coming with problems based on this theorem. Okay, so make a perfect practice, prepare well. Until bye, thank you.